is one of my favourite bags. So this in no way, this list of worst to best is me trying to give you some sort of objective ranking. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I want to share with you my entire Chanel handbag collection, and I am laughing before we even get started because look how bare the shelves are whenever I take off all of the Chanel bags to share with you. There are a lot on this floor and I don't think I realised A, just how many I had acquired, B, just how much Chanel has overtaken and perhaps overrun my handbag collection recently, and C, really just how many there were. It's okay, let's get into it and show you all of these. I am going to rank them from worst to best, and that hurts me a little bit, especially with the price of these things. And it hurts me to call any of them worst, but I'm going to do that with both my Chanel collection and Louis Vuitton collection because I think it gives you an insight into these bags if you're looking at any of them and if you're interested in any of them for yourself. But before we do get into the Chanel handbag collection, I wanted to share with you the watch that I'm wearing today and thank the sponsors of this part of today's video, and it is Nordgreen from Copenhagen, and there is a very specific reason why I accepted this sponsorship and I want to tell you about that. The watch that they have gifted me is absolutely stunning. It is this watch that I am wearing. As I say, they are a brand from Copenhagen. They are called Nordgreen. They have a number of beautiful pieces on their website, and I will link in the description box for you the link to their site. I will also give you a discount code in the description box, which is getting quite a generous discount for you if you're interested in any of these pieces. And I will give you a little bit more information about the brand. They are from Copenhagen. If you know anything about Scandinavian design is world renowned. They are known for their design. They are known for the pieces that they create. And this is one of the reasons why whenever they approached me to work with them, I accepted their sponsorship. And it's because they have designed their collection with a world renowned Scandinavian designer called Jacob Wagner. Now, I was already aware of his work and his designs whenever they approached me. Whenever then I checked out their website and I realised that all of their watches have been designed with him and they have award-winning designs within their range on the website. That's what piqued my interest because I know his work and I know that his designs are exquisite. Whenever I then went and had a further look, I looked at the watches, I thought, oh my goodness, I just think they are pretty stunning, and it's reflective of his design. They have designed their collection to create watches that are simplistic, functional and authentic, and that is very in keeping with the ethos behind Jacob Wagner's designs, and that fits with what I knew of his work. And when I then looked at their watches, you can see that reflected in the range that there is available. Now, they do have some brightly coloured faces, they have some funky bits to take it that bit away from more simplistic. I was initially minded to go for one of the very bright colours, but I decided to go for this, which is their Pioneer watch, and I went for this because I think it's so simplistically stunning. I wear a lot of bright colours, my bags have a lot of bright colours, my clothes have a lot of bright colours, I wear a lot of bright colours. I decided not to go for a bright coloured face on the watch because I wanted one that I could wear with all of these colours that I interchange on a daily basis, really. So I went for a black face. These do come in other colours. I will link it below and do check them out, but I went for the black face that had a little orange tick on it, which I thought was really, really stunning. And I went for the 5-link chain because I liked the look that that gave. One thing about their watches as well is they are interchangeable and you can make them your own. You can pop out the face, it's quite simple to do, and you can interchange any of their straps to give you the different look of so many watches with one watch face and the different straps. But the 5-link is what I really was drawn to. I thought it was quite funky looking. I can imagine how I was going to wear it. I initially thought whenever it was arrived that I was going to get links taken out of it because it was a little bit big on me, but I actually think I'm going to leave it that little bit bigger because I like how it's almost like a bracelet on my arm and I like how it swings around. So at the minute I'm thinking that I'm just going to keep it like that, and I'm actually not going to make it any smaller because that's what I'm feeling at the minute. But of course, if I change my mind, I can get some of the links taken out and wear it more traditionally like a tight watch. I will put some close-ups in on the screen for you to see because they really are stunning pieces. But another reason why I really liked this company and it spoke to me is a lot of you will already know that I own a business, and through that business we donate to and support a number of charities. This company does the same, and what you can actually do is take the serial number from your watch, go onto the website, log it into the website, see the causes which they support, and you can select one of those causes to support through the purchase of your watch. I think that's quite fabulous. I think that's something that's really worthy of note, and I think that's something that I respect. And as a business owner who does also donate to certain charities, I think that that's something that spoke to me, and I was impressed by that. So whenever I combined the design, liking the look of the watches, which is probably quite important when one is buying a watch, knowing the designer, being impressed by the designs, knowing that his work that is reflected in their pieces. If you look on the website, you will see some of the designs they have are award winning. And I suppose all of those factors together just made me want to try out this watch. And I really, really like it. I really enjoy it. You will see me wearing it more. I don't accept any sponsorships that I think I'm going to wear for one video and not wear again. That is not how I work. So you will be seeing this in other videos. You'll be seeing it in other photographs. And I just think it's a really fabulous piece. I will link down below for you the website in case you want to check out any of their watches. If you are in any way inclined, do check out the bright faces. I would love to see somebody wearing one. If somebody buys one with a bright face, please take a photograph and DM me on Instagram or tag me or somehow show me, because part of me's thinking I want one of those now as well, because they're so cool and they're so funky. They come in this box, which is a presentation box that I think is really quite fancy if you were buying this as a gift for somebody. They come like this, so they're presented in the box. Your watch sits here. You have this little booklet which gives the information about your watch, tells you how you I've just dropped mine, but it tells you how you can register the serial number of your watch. You can track how they donate on your behalf through that watch, and you can also get in touch with them. They also have a way to tag photographs if you want to be featured. The watch sat here, and there's spare links for the watch here, so it is presented very, very beautifully if you were thinking about this for a gift for anybody. I also think they're very reasonably priced for the design that's behind them, for the designer that's behind them, and for the quality of the product. I think they're very, very reasonably priced. I am not somebody who wears Rolexes or watches of that value. I just don't have those in my collection. But for the watches that I generally wear, I think this was priced very, very reasonably, and I would absolutely recommend that if you're interested in a watch at all, that you check them out. Now that we've talked about them, and I will link them down below, I'll link that and the discount code, and I will have put the discount code on the screen. But now we've talked about those watches and this beauty that's on my arm, let's get into these Chanel bags and do the hard part, because the hard part is rating these from worst to best. Don't know where to start. I suppose for worst, I have to start with this one, and I can hear Connor and Dale before I even say it. And it's the Chanel Trendy. This pains me because I think this bag is stunning and beautiful. It's one of Bestie's favourite bags because he loves the colour. I love that this one has the burgundy interior in it, which is now no longer in these bags. I love that the strap of this one is detachable because you can carry it very easily handheld, or you can add it back on if needed. I love the colour of it. I love the panel, the bar, the Chanel bar. This is one of my favourite features probably of this bag. But the reason it's probably coming in as my worst Chanel bag is that I just don't use it, and I don't really reach to use it. I suppose, and I talked about this in another video, it's because of my lifestyle. I have 2 young children and 4 dogs. So a handheld, slightly bigger, slightly more bulky, not that this is very bulky, but compared to mini bags, slightly more bulky bag for me is just not going to get the same amount of use. And I have a number of bags that fall into that category, and I am rotating them on probably a more limited basis because I don't have that many opportunity to carry bags solely because of the children. So this probably is going in at worst, which pains me, because it's just that bit less usable in my collection. You can wear it crossbody. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how it sits on me crossbody and how I can wear it crossbody, but I have to be honest and say it's that little bit bulkier than some of my bags crossbody, and it's maybe not as easy to wear as these smaller bags. Number 2 has to be this one, and it's nothing. I love this bag, and probably the only reason I'm saying that this is number 2 is because for me this bag isn't usable until I send it away and get the chain extended. And this was Preloved. There's a bit of wear on the chain. I'm going to get the chain either fixed up or get it replaced, but I am going to get it extended. So for me at the minute, this bag, the strap length of it isn't great. It's quite short. It's probably quite close to the classic flap, if not even a little bit shorter. So I am going to go and get it sorted out. But I haven't got around to doing that yet. I need to get around to doing that yet, because until I get that done, this just isn't that usable for me. It's not even about, it's a wool and cashmere bag. It's not even about that. I know that it's going to be cashmere and it's going to get marked, and I know that I have to be careful using it, but I bought this pre-loved and I bought it for a great price, and I knew when I bought it that this was probably going to get marked and you were going to have to be careful with it. But just the strap length at the minute is just not usable for me, and until I get that extended, this is next on the worst side of the Chanel bags. Next, I'm going to have a lot of unhappy people with me because of this one, and I know there's so many people love this bag, and there's so many people that can't understand why I don't use it. I don't understand why I don't use it. There's a list of people that message me saying, if you're going to sell that bag, can I please buy it off you? I am committed to trying to make it work and using it because I love the look of it. It's just a bag I don't use very much. So it's down here at number 3 on the worst side. Really, I don't know why. Maybe it's because whenever I put the strap across me and wear crossbody, it's a little bit too sticky out or bulky. I don't really wear bags on my shoulder that much, so maybe that way is more usable, but I don't choose to wear bags that often. You can't hand carry it, and you can just open this up and throw the stuff in. I can't even say I find it fussy to get in and out of, because I just pull this open a bit and leave it a bit more open and get my things in and out. If the strap's still in, maybe a wee bit gets in your way, but I can't say that it's because it's awkward to use why I use it so little. I actually don't really know why I use it so little, because I do think it's very, very pretty. It is caviar, so it's very usable. Maybe it's just the bucket bag shape is not a shape that I love the most or get the most use out of. But for some reason, she's still a way down here in my worst end of Chanel bags, simply because of how little she is used. Next, as we work up the list, is the Gabrielle. I actually did consider selling this bag, but then I changed my mind because I do really love the look of it, and I love this strap, and I love all these chains, and I think it's funky and it's edgy, and it gives me something different to my collection. I have a lot of minis. How I'm going to pick between them, I don't really know, because they all do the same job. This one gives me just a different look, a different aesthetic, a different vibe. The reason I think for this one I'm going to say that it's so far down on the worst Chanel bag collection is just because it's quite heavy, and it would be a lot less heavy if I would take this off. I'm stubborn. I like it, so I keep it on, but if I took that strap off, this would be a lot more usable because it would be a lot less heavy. There's a lot of chains here already. They give it a lot of versatility. You can wear this crossbody on your shoulder, you can wind the chains up, you can wear this so many ways. You can even use it as a handheld whenever you have this on it, if you straighten that up and don't be so reckless as I just was. But there's so many ways to wear this bag. I think for me, it's just because it is quite heavy. It's a bit bigger, which adds to the heaviness, and I suppose the colour for me is quite an autumny winter colour. I wouldn't really wear burgundy in the summer, so that probably limits its use. And for those reasons, I think it's so far down here. But as I say, I was going to sell it and I pulled back on it because I do think it's beautiful. I just have to start working it into my wardrobe more, and I'm hoping with the darker weather and into the autumn and the winter that I will naturally start to do that. Next up is one of my favourite bags. So this in no way, this list of worst to best is me trying to give you some sort of objective ranking. It's nothing to do with how much I like these bags or how much I love these bags. Maybe that feeds into how much I use them, but certainly not for this bag. I love this bag. I think this tweed is divine. This bag was on my wish list for the longest time. I tracked this bag down. I paid a premium for it. I have no regrets about that. I absolutely love it. The reason it's this far down on my worst side of the Chanel bags is because of the type of tweed that is. It's a loose tweed. If you're buying a tweed bag and you buy a tight tweed, so how the tweed is made together is quite tightly done, you're going to get less signs of wear on that, and it's going to be easier to wear if you are worried about balling or anything on your bag. This is a loose tweed, and it's also a tweed that has part of the tweed on the outside, and that makes it more prone to balling. It makes it more prone to wear. So it means that I just don't wear this one as much. If you wore this crossbody a lot, the friction of walking on this would create quite a lot of balling. Now, you could get a cashmere comb and try and tidy it up a little bit, but I I use it, I do use it, but I don't use it as often as, say, the black leather version, because I'm conscious of the tweed, and I'm conscious that the tweed will get signs of wear if this is overly used. So this is so far down for that reason only, because I think it's absolutely stunning and I have no regrets about buying it. When I do use it, I love it. But aware of just the wear on it and just making sure that I don't destroy it too quickly. Coming into a whole load of Chanel mini bags, and I don't even really know how I start to try and distinguish them, but we're going to have a go at it. And the next one on the worst side is this one, which will shock people because this bag's stunning. And again, this has nothing to do with how much I love a bag or what it looks like. This bag is stunning. Chevron, which is probably my favourite. Iridescent, which is beautiful. Caviar, which is so easy to wear. And it's rose gold. It's stunning. It goes with so much. It's beautiful. I suppose the reason I'm putting it down here for somebody to buy it is, one, cost. This is now so over retail. It's so highly sought after and hard to get. Two, it's very light, and because it's a very hard to get bag. Now, I've worn mine and I wear mine with denim quite a lot, and there's no signs of wearing mine and there's no colour transfer. But because it's so light, I suppose that's just something you have to be aware of, that if you're going to have any lighter bags and you want to protect them, you're going to just be a bit more conscious about colour transfer. And I suppose when I'm putting an outfit together, I do think about it, which probably makes this less carefree than some of the other ones, which is why it's so far down the list. Next up is another one of my absolute favourite bags. Oh, she's so beautiful. I love this bag. Love her, love her, love her, love her, love her. I just think she's stunning. All that tacky sequence, all that tacky Coco Chanel writing across it, all those bright colours. She's right up my street. I love this bag. Love that you can wear her under your arm. Love that you can wear her crossbody. Love that you can wear her longer on your shoulders. She is so usable in that regard, but she's sequenced. The thing about sequenced bags, especially whenever they are small tight sequence like this, and whenever they are bags that you wear crossbody or across or against your body, the purple sequence Fendi Baguette here, I wear generally handheld, not against my body. The fact that this one would be worn across my body and would be rubbing back and forward as I move means that it is more likely you're going to get wear on a patch of the sequence and the sequence will come off. Now, Chanel, I know, generally will repair them with the sequence, but I don't really want my bags going in and out of Chanel to be repaired. So because of that, it's probably down here just because of the type of bag that it is and how it's made, and you have to be conscious of that, and it just makes it a little less carefree. Next up is this one, and I have absolutely no reason why. No reason at all. I just had to try and get them into some sort of order. I love this bag, love this colour, love the Cocoa Crush little ball on it that moves up and down. I don't really have a reason for you as to why it's so far down. Probably because there's some of the other bags that are close in colour that I maybe pick up more than this one, which is maybe surprising because I love the very antique look of the gold against this one, and I love the colour on the inside. You can see past that. And I also really like the little ball whenever it's sitting crossbody. I think it's a nice design feature. It just doesn't get used as much as some of the other ones, which is why it's so far down on the list. Next, another one of my absolute favourites, and I know one of my YouTube friends got this quite recently. I'm so happy for her, and it is this one. This bag, oh my goodness. This is one of my all-time favourite Chanel bags. It is the, I think, 19S tweed bag, which has the Coco Chanel ribbon through it. And I do have a video in this showing the wear and tear and how it's held up over a year or so. You can see little bits of my ribbon that has untucked. The only reason this is so far down is because of the tweed, again, and the ribbon. You just have to be a bit more careful with it. I've worn this quite a lot and I will continue to wear this quite a lot. This bag makes me happy, and when a bag makes me happy, I'm going to wear it regardless. I just am aware that by doing that, I will be creating some bits of wear on the bag. And if you watch the other video where I did the wear and tear of this one and the metallic bag, you will see what I'm talking about in detail. And it just means I have to be a bit more conscious of it. Doesn't stop me wearing it. Like, look at it even against this shirt. I think this bag is fabulous. It's very quintessentially Chanel, but with the tweed, you just need to be a bit more conscious. Next up is this bag, and this is one of my all-time favourite bags. So this is definitely not in order of favourites. This is the 18B purple, which is more like a berry colour. This is my favourite colour in the world. Look at the colour I chose for my Birkin. Chevron, my favourite, preferred over quilting. It's the light gold, it's the mini, it's the rectangle mini. I hunted this bag down for a very long time. This came the whole way from Australia. I absolutely love and adore this bag. The only reason it is so far down this list is because it's lambskin. And I would be lying if I told you that you do not have to be a little bit more careful with lambskin. You have to be a little bit more careful with colour transfer. You have to be a little bit more careful about the weather you're taking it out on. Now, it doesn't restrict me too much, but when I have to put these in an order and I'm looking at the other ones, it definitely restricts me a little bit more than the caviar, and that's why it's lower down. But if it was on ones that I love and love the look of, this would be way, way, way high up this list. Next is another rectangle mini, and again, one of my favourite bags. I love the tweed on this. It's just so colourful. It's so fun. It's gold. It has chains running through it. I love this corally colour. I just love this bag. It's one of those bags, again, that makes me happy, makes me smile, makes me think of good times, of summer. Love it, love it, love it. But it's tweed. And the reality is, whenever bags are tweed, you just have to be a bit more careful, and it makes them a bit less carefree. It makes them a little bit less usable. This is a tighter tweed than the black and white one, which is why this one is ranked above. The tighter tweed will get less signs of wear, as I have said. Any looser parts of the tweed will just make it show a bit more. This one is next. I love it, absolutely love the colour, but it's something to be aware of if you're buying tweed bags, that they're just not as user friendly. Getting very high up the list now, and next is one of actually my most used bags over the summer, and it is the metallic mini reissue from the Matriarch collection. Absolutely love and adore this bag. It's another bag in the summer that comes into her own. I just think in the sunlight she really shines and she really pops. I absolutely love this bag. Used her so much over the summer. The only reason, well, she's quite high up. The only reason she's probably not higher is I do think for me it's a summer bag, spring, summer. I don't really use this bag in the winter at all. And with the colours, I think that's something just to be aware of if you're looking for a bag that you can use all year round. The metallic, I know people worry about the metallic and think it will crack or peeling. I've used this bag a lot and there isn't a mark on it. I haven't had any signs of that at all for the amount that it's been. Actually, there's none at all, regardless of how much it's been used. So that isn't really something that puts me off using it. It's more really the colour combination keeps this bag for me to the better weather. Next up is the newest bag to my collection, and you may have seen this in my very recent unboxing. And it is this seasonal bag with the navy on the inside. I really do need to get something to stuff that up a little bit. And this fabulous, fantastic 80s big tacky strap. I love it. This just reminds me of Kylie singing the Locomotion. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The strap is what drew me to this bag. I love the colour through it. I love the colour of this bag. It is a really good strap length. This is, I can easily wear this crossbody as opposed to the length of the classic flap. The only reason I am putting it in here is I'm guessing with the chain it's going to be a little bit heavier than some of the other mini bags. But apart from that, I don't think there's much really to worry about this. I can't remember the leather, but it doesn't feel overly sensitive that I'm going to have to worry about. I think just will be a little bit probably heavier, but I think she's stunning. Now we're into the top 5, and number 5 is this little beauty. This is the teal from the 18B collection in the chevron, in the caviar. So usable. Now I'm splitting hairs between these top 5 bags. Dark colour, no worries. Caviar, so usable, no worries. Chevron, which is my favourite. Mini rectangle, which is my favourite as opposed to the square. The length crossbody is perfect. You can't double it up. You'd have to tie or clip the, oh, I've still got her. You'd have to tie or clip the chain in the inside to make her shorter, but I generally wear these crossbody. This is number 5. These top 5, splitting hairs, but number 5, and I love this bag. Caviar is so usable. If you can get your hands on one, I highly recommend. Number 4 will surprise a lot of people, and it is the Chanel Classic Flap in the medium, and I think this is going to surprise a lot of people because a lot of people think this bag is not very usable or it's fussy. For me, the reason this one is so usable and up there number 4 my best bags is because I got the chain length strap. Does that make sense? I got the chain strap lengthened. That's how I say that sentence. I sent this to the leather surgeons in New York and I got the chain length lengthened so as I can easily wear this bag crossbody. I can easily now put her up like this and put her over my shoulder, and she's not way up here stuck in. She is just now, it is absolutely okay. I've obviously not put that back in correctly. She's now really usable. When I got the chain length altered on this, I was a bit nervous because it is a classic flap and I thought, okay, you're sending it away to get cut open, but it's been revolutionary if you are a classic flap lover. So usable, fits so perfect, fits across me crossbody. I wear this over a coat, over my suit. wear this to work a lot, which is why it's so high up. And for me, the classic flap, if it still had your traditional length in black, would be a way down the list, would be one of my worst bags, even though the price of it, because it wouldn't be that wearable. Now, right up there. Number 3 is the Chanel 19 in the black leather. This bag is so usable. This for me, and somebody else said it, I can't take the credit, but it's where Chanel beauty meets functionality, fashion meets function. It's so usable. I use it a lot by the little top handle. I can wear it crossbody. I can wear it on my shoulder. It fits quite a lot. It fits everything that I need on a daily basis. Even with the chains, it's not overly heavy. I can wear this for a full day shopping. I wore it recently in Dublin for the full day. The leather makes it so usable. Mine is goat skin. The pocket on the back for your phone. This bag is just so easy to use. It's just such a game changer for Chanel bags that are a little bit bigger than the mini. It's so easy to use, and this is number 3 on my best Chanel bags. Now we're into the top 2, and I'm trying to get through these as quickly as possible because there's quite a lot, as I have realised when I pulled them all out, and it is the 18B Raspberry Mini in the Caviar. Now, I've said this before, the colour of the purple one I much prefer, and I also much prefer chevron, rather than the more reddy of this raspberry colour and the quilting. The shape, chevron, and colour of that one, I prefer. Caviar, it's just so usable. This has to be second on my best bags because I use this so much. I don't have to worry about it. I throw this on in any weather. I don't have to worry what I'm wearing. I don't have to worry what I'm going. It's bright enough that I still get a pop of colour. The Caviar is just such a good, durable fabric leather for a bag. It just makes it so usable. There isn't a mark on this. This has been used quite a bit and it looks absolutely brand new, and I bought this pre-loved. This bag is just, it's a fabulous bag, and I know they don't make Caviar minis anymore, but if you can get your hands on one and you're a mini lover, they're definitely worth it because they're just fabulous bags. Splitting hairs between these two, but this one is coming at number 2 of my best Chanel bags, and this one is number 1. And this is because this has the graffiti across it, which I love. It has the reissued chains, which means you can do this as well as this, so it's a bit more versatile. It's very slightly bigger, not much, but very slightly bigger, very easy to use, not lambskin. It's just a fabulous bag. This bag I have used so much, so much. I also bought this bag pre-loved, although it was in, I think, new condition, but I bought it pre-loved. I've used it a lot. There's not a mark on it. The Chanel, look how that iridescent changes colour. The graffiti just adds something to it, takes it away from being a plain black bag for me, makes it more interesting. The gold of the chain against it I think is perfect. I think this is a design classic. I think it's brilliant. I just love it. Can't say enough good things about it. This is number 1 of my best bags because it looks fabulous. It's usable, it's versatile, it's just a great buy, and I've no regrets about this bag. I absolutely love it. That is number 1 of my best Chanel bags. I think we got through about 18 bags there, and I tried to go quite quickly, but it's probably quite long, so I apologise for that. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope it's given you some insight if you're interested in any Chanel bags when the prices of these things just keep going up and up and up, as to what actually works for me, what I think is my best to worst bags out of my collection, and I hope this has been insightful. Thank you again to Nordgreen for sponsoring the start of the video. Check that brand out if you're interested in a watch that is a reasonable for your price point. It is not designer level, but it is a classic design. It's designed by a renowned designer. Check him out as well if you're on to Google. Take a look at it, take a look at them. I will leave the link in the description box. I will leave you the discount code in the description box. Very well presented if you're looking at presents already for Christmas. I think a really good option. I will be wearing mine a lot and you will see it in my videos. Proof will be in the pudding. It's just absolutely love it. So thank you to them again for sponsoring that part of the video, and do check them out if you're interested in any watches, or I think they do sunglasses as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.